YouTube world, what's going on? It's your boy Sean coming back once again to talk about different subjects. And today I wanted to go ahead and make a video in response to V-Man's questions for atheists, question number 1 video that he made. The first point he wants to put out is, why are we so hell-bent on proving that God doesn't exist? And all I want to say is that I can't speak for all atheists. Not hell-bent on proving something that hasn't proven itself to exist to begin with. So, I mean, I don't know. Nobody's hell-bent around here to prove God doesn't exist. Maybe some do, get kind of emotional while discussing the issue. Okay, that's fine. But hell-bent? I don't know about that. A little too strong there, if you ask me. So far, he hasn't seen no videos on YouTube whatsoever that has proven to him that God doesn't exist. Well, my friend, I mean, I probably could put a couple $1 million bet on the idea, if I had it, on the idea that you would probably never see a video on YouTube that's going to convince you that your God doesn't exist. That's just silly. I mean, what's the point of even bringing that up? I mean, all us atheists probably could say that we're going to never see a video on YouTube that's going to have a Christian prove that God does exist. So let's just get that on out the water. That was basically a mute point. But at the same time, it's kind of a false point that you bring up, because there'll never be a video put out on YouTube, if there was a need as such, to ever disprove Santa Claus, Zeus, Bigfoot, Allah, aliens on Mars. I mean, what are you expecting here? I mean, how can you say that, well, I've never seen any proof that says that he doesn't exist? I mean, that's silly. It is not on us to have the burden of proof that he doesn't exist. It's on the claimant. It's on you, the claimer of such a significant claim, to prove that he doesn't exist. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a good tactic to bring up an idea that in your religion it doesn't require proof. That's wonderful. I mean, that's nice to, number one, try to shove off the burden of proof onto the person that's denying your claim, because you haven't brought no proof to the table of your claim. But then to sit there and raise up a fact, or raise up a point and make it a fact, even though it's not a fact, that somehow your religion doesn't require any proof. But they suggest that you convert over to them, or he'll spend eternity in quote-unquote hell, even though we're not bringing no proof to the table. That's silly. That's it for any other claimant that says Santa Claus exists, that Bigfoot exists, Zeus exists, Allah exists. Any of these claimers would have to come with the evidence, or don't bother. It's no different than if somebody tries to say, hey, I got $1 million. Well, that's nice. Where is it? Where's your proof? Oh, I don't have it. Well, I don't need to be bothered with you. I mean, you can say all day long and come with all kind of strong emotions saying that your $1 million is there. Not just because I don't have proof. I can't get into your bank account and prove that you don't have that $1 million don't mean that you have it and somehow you're right, I'm wrong. Since you want to make the claim, you have the burden of proof to bring the claim. If you had $1 million, bring forth the proof. Next point you bring up in the midst of the question that hasn't really even been asked yet is that it's about your rights to believe in God. Now, last time I checked, that's not the issue here. I mean, ain't nobody challenging your right to believe in God. I don't think atheists raising up issues with religion, challenging religion, asking the tough questions to Christians and any other religious group is all of a sudden an infringement on people's rights to believe. Then we get to the point again about when you said that your religion doesn't require proof. And, I take issue with that, because to me it seems like God himself disagrees with you. You go about saying, well, yeah, my religion don't require proof. I guess it's the typical response that, hey, ours is about quote-unquote faith, right? Well, why is it that the Bible's so full of proof for your saying that your religion doesn't need it? Let's go through some of the main stories here. We have Cain and Abel. Seems like there's some proof there of who was right and who was wrong. They didn't sit down at a table and have a great debate on who's correct and who's wrong and bring about their lack of proof for either side of the argument. No. God seemed to have made it very clear which sacrifice was, which offering was acceptable and which one wasn't, right? That's how the story goes, right? Okay, let's go to Moses, the 10 plagues. What was that all about? Was it not to prove that God was serious about letting the children of Israel go? I think so. That's 10 major proofs. I mean, of course, there was magicians that were able to duplicate some of those plagues, but then after a while, they said, hey, we can't even duplicate this. Seems like that raised the issue of who has the power and who doesn't. Who is God with and who he's not with. And of course it definitely proves his existence. I mean, if all these different things are happening, I mean, hey, it's kind of hard to deny that he exists. Of course, that's if these things happen, which I don't believe so. Anyhow, what about the kings and the prophets? Now, did the prophets sit down with the prophets of Baal and have a great discussion, a great debate on who was right and who was wrong? But neither one had evidence on either side? No. The prophets of God said, hey, it's this way. The prophets of Baal said, no, it's this way. And guess what? God intervened to show exactly which way it was. And then it was to the people to decide whose side were they going to be on. Were they going to be on the Lord's side, or was it going to be on Baal's side? They decide. But after proof was given. Right? Then you have Jesus, right? Jesus. Did he come sitting down and arguing with the Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the rabbis at that time, and various unbelievers, and saying, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm the Son of God. I'm the one. I'm the man. I'm the Messiah. And you're going to have to believe on me to be saved. And that was it? Hey, this is my claim. But I don't got no proof of that claim. But this is my claim. I don't know what to tell you guys. You're either going to accept it or leave. Take it or leave it. It's up to you, but you're going to be damned if you leave it. No, he came with all kinds of signs and wonders. Healings and miracles and walking on water and resurrecting the dead, healing the sick, feeding the people, bringing the power. So this proof that you say you don't need, wow, amazing. I do ask for the proof. Where is the proof at? Where are those miraculous healings? Where is wounds being healed, limbs being mended instantaneously? I ain't talking about what people claim would be going on out there. I'm talking instantaneous healing. I'm talking about sickness is healed instantaneously. We're talking about amputees gaining their limbs back. Miraculous things that cannot be explained but through a divine intervention. We ain't talking about well, the cancer went away, or oh, my back pain went away, or yes, I was sick but the church prayed for me and a week later it went away. We ain't talking about that kind of stuff, because that happens in unbelieving circles too. There's no difference, and it's quite explainable. We're talking about things that cannot be explained. There's no reasoning. That makes it clear that through the name of Jesus alone, these great miraculous things are taking place. Where's that at? That would help out a lot. It seemed like they were busy doing that back then. Why not now? Why some 2,000 years without any kind of real divine intervention and showing proof of not only his own existence, but the truth of Christianity and its claims? It's my challenging question. That's my challenge. Where are the same types of things that God himself was doing in the scriptures today? Matter of fact, the last 2,000 years. Where's it at? Now, you say your religion doesn't need truth. You say that. But it seems like to me Scripture's thought is different. Scripture seems to be full of proof. Where's your proof? Where's your proof that these other gods don't exist? You don't have any, but yet you reject them anyway. Why is that? So by your standard, why are you able to reject all those gods, but I can't reject your God along with them? So by your very same standard and logic, I have all the reason to reject every single claim of there being a God and the various gods of religion, just as you reject every other God but one, and that's yours. Again, the burden of proof is on the claimer, not on the one that's rejecting the claim, because the claimer is not coming with any proof. That's all I gotta say for that question. For the rest of you all out there in the YouTube world, have it easy.